सर वीडियो का स्टार्ट करने से पहले ना शशांक भाई की एक बार स्किल्स को जो पढ़ लेते हैं, ठीक है? मैंने लिंक्डइन खोल रखा है, स्टार्ट करते हैं पहली स्किल से। डेटा एनालिसिस, डेटा माइनिंग, मशीन लर्निंग, डेटा स्ट्रक्चर एल्गोरिथम्स, इमेज प्रोसेसिंग, डीप लर्निंग, आर्किटेक्चरल डिजाइन, क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग, एंड्रॉइड डेवलपमेंट, हेडूप, ब्लॉकचेन, सी प्लस प्लस, जेंगो, पाइथन, आर, सी, जावास्क्रिप्ट, KLY, etc. इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स, स्प्लंक, Apache Spark, C Sharp, Oracle Database, MySQL, Postgre, Angular, CSS3, Embedded System, Verilog, MATLAB, Arduino, बहुत कुछ है। तो देखो वीडियो और काफी मजा आएगा। डिस्क्रिप्शन को आप लोग प्रीफर कर सकते हो, मैंने टाइम लाइन के हिसाब से क्वेश्चंस को ऐड कर दिया, राइट? तो अपने अपने क्वेश्चंस के आप लोग आंसर्स ले सकते हो यहाँ से। और अगर कोई क्वेश्चन ऐसा है जिसको आप नहीं मिल रहा है जो आपको, तो आप उसको कमेंट में लीव करो एंड विल आंसर देम। So hi everyone, my name is Akash and welcome back to InnoSkrit. And today we are going to have an amazing session with Mr. Shashank. And Shashank is passed out from MNIT Allahabad, and he has done his BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. And he has cracked interview in a CSIT company, which is Fidelity Investment. So he has worked for, I think, 2.5 years with Fidelity Investments. Now Shashank will tell us more about him. So Shashank, please.
Yeah. So first of all, Akash, very thank you for inviting me to your channel. And as you already told, my name is Shashank Singh, and I am currently working with Fidelity for last 2.5 years. Presently, I am working in enterprise cybersecurity access analytics team, and we used to build machine learning based in-house tools, which is related to security as well as access management. And I used to collaborate with India and US team members to build these in-house tools. And last year I moved to Bangalore, and before that, for about 1.5 years, I had also worked in Chennai, and I was in the same company. Now, if I talk about my graduation, so I have completed my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from MNIT Allahabad, and I also got my internship offer in the beginning of third year, and in the same company, so the Fidelity Investment, and I am a native of Varanasi in UP.
Great. So, Shashank, today's session, is going to be much more intended towards, non-CS student, right? So,
Yeah.
already हम CS के basis पे काफी सारे interviews किए हैं, and we have concluded something in every interview. But I was receiving a lot of questions from students, how actually, sir, we can prepare for interviews in CSIT domain from other branches, from non-CSIT students. So, first of all, before starting today's session, I would like you to answer that what CSIT companies are actually looking in the candidate. Because before preparing for those interviews, we must know about that what are the people looking in the candidate, right? So please answer.
Yeah. So if I tell you, so there are two things basically any big IT companies look for in the candidate. First is the problem solving skills, right? So they look for the how the candidate is good in problem solving. Using this, they used to test the smartness of the person. Secondly, it's like the candidate must have a good understanding, very good understanding of the fundamental of data structures and algorithms. I will name few of them. So, for example, stacks, queue, linked list, and maps, binary search tree. So, without these, they will not take you to the company, right? Other things are fine, like maybe like I will talk about other data structures, for example, the trie, graphs, and trees. You might not able to fully give the answers for those, but for these basic data structures, you must be very strong at, right? So, for example, if some challenge when some basic problems come in the enterprise related to these things, and you don't know, for example, binary search tree, you will not able to approach that particular solution, that simple solution, right? So you need to be aware of these data structures. The same will apply to algorithms as well. So you need to be very strong at fundamental means which are generally used to ask, for example, different sortings like merge sorts and a quick sort, and in these types of sorting, you might after some time you can read for other advanced sorting algorithm specific to some cases for radix sort, bucket sort, other sorting. The same will apply to other algorithms as well. Then after, these are like for the problem solving things. And then after, if we talk about the fundamentals, so first is the object oriented programming, which I will say, because this is quite challenging in any company to manage to maintain the code on a longer run, right? So there are multiple software engineers which used to collaborate on a particular software, right? So the code should be properly written. So they look for a good understanding of object oriented programming, right? And then after few are like DBMS. So DBMS concepts, this concept, uh, these should be thoroughly read. Means I will say you should deeply read the DBMS, right? Database management system. So even like what are the different types of indexing and what are the different indexing algorithms you will use for different scenario, what are different types of clustering and consistency, concurrency, all those things. So these are like deeper topics, right? You need to know that. And the same will apply to operating systems as well, right? So you need to know like how the things are working behind the scene, right? You need to know how to manage the memory, how to know the deadlock scenarios, like those things, right? And then after, generally companies do not want advanced networking knowledge from the candidate. So I will say for networking, you need to know at least the basics, like what is DNS and how the HTTPS used to work, and yeah, something like that. So the very simple things like what is OSI network model, like that. Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Okay.
So guys, we will be attaching, these concepts in our description, so you can refer from there. At least means these are the things that at least you should know before appearing in the interviews, right? Okay. So the next question that I am having, Shashank, is that I was receiving a lot of these questions from the student that, sir, what language should I learn? Sir, कौन सी language start कर लो? Sir, Python सीख लो या Java सीख लो, right? तो languages का बड़ा problem है. Means देखो क्या होता है ना कि CS student एक एनवायरमेंट में रह करके वो चीज को कवर कर लेता है कि ठीक है यार मेरे को इस लैंग्वेज को करना है, ठीक है. लेकिन एक नॉन CS IT स्टूडेंट के लिए हमेशा ये प्रॉब्लम रहती है कि मैं जावा पिक करूं या पाइथन पिक करूं या C++ पिक करूं, ठीक है. लोग कहते हैं कि पाइथन में मत करो, कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग में CP में करो. सो व्हाट, शशांक, व्हाट विल यू से इन दिस for this particular question? What will be your answer?
So if you're talking of competitive programming, so I personally used to prefer C++, right? So the thing is like you will get a lot of materials online already readily available for the C++, right? So that would be quite easier for you. Uh, as well as there are other things like the constants, the competitive programming constants. So C++ codes generally used to easily qualify those constants. But अगर तुम जैसे companies की बात करो कि what companies will look for you, right? Which languages, right? So if you are making your resume, right? So for example, a candidate have just the flavor of, for example, Java in his resume, right? He's doing everything in Java. He did X thing. He developed application X in Java and then Y in Java. He did competitive programming in Java. If he write like that, right? So generally, big tech companies, they think like this candidate is not like they want. This candidate is not of our kind, and they might not shortlist you, because what companies generally want, like you need to be very adaptive to any languages based on the current need, right? But
Exactly.
also yeah, but also I will say sometimes yes as well. So where, for example, you are applying for some particular job role, so maybe the company might have some requirement for that language at that particular moment. So yeah, so in just that scenario. But if you are just writing a generic resume, so it should not be very weighted towards some particular language. So you need to be very adaptable, right? You can include multiple languages, right? Even you are not knowing a lot about that, you are just having basic knowledge in different languages, you can include those as well, right? So that is
Right.
good.
So we should be, we should be master in one language and we can learn other for the simplicity,
Yeah.
for the sake of simplicity.
Uh, if you talk about me, so what I used to do, so I generally used to prefer C++ for competitive programming, right? So I don't have much experience in C++ for development, right? I used to prefer Python generally for development purpose because I used to work on a lot of machine learning projects. So Python have a lot of libraries included. So I used to prefer Python for development purpose. Sometimes I use Java as well for the competitive programming where I'm dealing with like a big integers because C++ don't have better libraries for that. You need to write your own custom code, and in competitive programming environment there is high chances of having some mistakes there, and you will not get much time for debugging your code, right? So like that I used to go.
Great. So means we should be enough adaptive that अगर कंपनी के रिक्वायरमेंट
Yeah.
किसी पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट के लिए या किसी पर्टिकुलर स्पेसिफिक काम के लिए है तो वी शुड बी मच
हाँ.
डायनेमिक दैट हम उसको तुरंत जो है अडेप्ट कर पाए, राइट? ग्रेट.
Yeah.
सो आई थिंक लैंग्वेज इतना मैटर नहीं करता है, ठीक है? हम
हाँ.
लोग को आई थिंक बस एक लैंग्वेज कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड उठा लेनी चाहिए एंड वी शुड मास्टर इट.
जो तुम्हारी फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज होगी उसमें थोड़ी टाइम लगेगी बिकॉज यू आर
एग्जैक्टली.
लर्निंग बेसिक्स एट दैट टाइम. फिर उसके बाद दूसरी लैंग्वेज तुम अडेप्ट कर सकते हो वेरी इजीली बेस्ड ऑन द प्रोजेक्ट व्हिच यू पिक अप, राइट?
या. Great.
ओके.
So we are already done with the question that what these companies are looking in the candidate. So Shashank,
Yeah.
how an EC student or non-CS student should prepare him or herself? Because so nowadays, people like from mechanical also are preparing for computer science and engineering, right? So अगर मैं let's say EC as an EC में एक example ले लेता हूँ, तो अगर मैं EC की बात करूँ तो EC का अपने आप में एक बहुत wide syllabus है, राइट? सो उसको पास भी करना है, ठीक है? उन सारे सब्जेक्ट्स को पास भी करना है. देन व्हाट इज द बेयर मिनिमम थिंग्स दैट अ ईसी और नॉन सीएस स्टूडेंट शुड नो बिफोर अपीयरिंग इन द इंटरव्यू, राइट?
Yeah,
बेयर
so
मिनिमम.
yeah, so that's what I talked that in the first question, but even I will summarize now. So you need to just have to take means sufficient time for preparing for competitive programming. So on a regular basis, you need to participate in competitive programming challenges online, for example, on Topcoder or the Code Forces. For example, on Code Forces and CodeChef, you can do a regular div A or div B challenges based on your current rating, right? And then after, you need to know the DBMS concept that is required, object oriented programming that is required. And then after, basic networking. So basic networking will be much covered in your, I think, EC as well. So, and then after, the last thing is operating system. So these 5 things will be very required, right?
So I hope this question makes sense. These 5 things should be known to the candidate before appearing in the interview, right? Okay. So Shashank, now next question is very interesting. So what's happening here is nowadays in tier 3 colleges, mainly we will talk about tier 3 colleges, right? So कंपनीज आती है, ठीक है? सो सीएसआईटी की कंपनीज आ रही है कॉलेज के अंदर, बट उन्होंने एक कंस्ट्रेंट उन्होंने लगा दिया वहां पे कि यार हमें तो सिर्फ सीएसआईटी से स्टूडेंट चाहिए. अब एक सीएस, एक नॉन सीएस स्टूडेंट, ठीक है, जिसको ईसी या फिर उसकी खुद की जो है ब्रांच में उसको जॉब नहीं मिल रहा है नाउ, एंड ही और शी इज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर सीएसआईटी. अब कंपनी जब आ रही है तो उसने कंस्ट्रेंट सेट कर दिया है कि हम तो सिर्फ सीएस एंड आईटी को लेने आए हैं. देन ऐसे सिचुएशन में अब क्योंकि वो तो फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाएगा ना कि मुझे तो कंपनी उठा ही नहीं रही है, मतलब हमारे लिए तो कुछ है ही नहीं. तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में उस बंदे को ऑफ कैंपस या अदर अपॉर्चुनिटीज कैसे वो ले सकता है या फिर कैसे उन चीजों का फायदा उठा सकता है? बिकॉज आई थिंक ऑफ कैंपस भी अपनी प्रोफाइल को शॉर्टलिस्ट कराना इतना आसान नहीं है, राइट? सो एटलीस्ट व्हाट आर द वेज so that these people, these EC or non-CS students can reach to the company?
हाँ देखो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये है कि मेरे कॉलेज में ऐसा बहुत ज्यादा बार्स तो सेट नहीं होते थे, बट या टीयर 3 कॉलेज जहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ कंपनीज जो विजिट करती हो हाई पैकेजेस के साथ वो कम हो, तो माइट बी दे वांट अ स्टूडेंट टू फ्रॉम CSIT राइट बैकग्राउंड राइट. सो what I can say, like, if you can look for your friend or somebody you know or your alumni, right, for getting some referral from the companies for some open job opportunities. So that can be one way. So one is the referral. Second is like if you are searching for a job in some particular company, you can directly message to the recruiter of that company over LinkedIn, right? Third way is like most of the companies which are IT companies, they used to host a lot of competitive uh, programming challenges over different platforms like CodeSelf or Top Coder. So you can participate in that, and if you will be our top ranker over there, you will be shortlisted for the further round. And many companies like the Google, right? If I talk about the Google, so they used to host their own competitive programming challenge. With name Google Kickstart, so you
Yes.
can apply for those things, right? So on Kickstart, you can try, and if you will be shortlisted for the further round, you can go for it, right?
Yeah.
So
So
these
means,
can be various ways. Yeah.
so मतलब घूम फिर के बात कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग पे आई जा रही है. So
हाँ,
that
तो
is
पहले
must.
तो तुम्हें कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग करना पड़ेगा ही.
That is must. Right, right. So एक क्वेश्चन मेरे पास आया था, एक्चुअली मैंने इंस्टाग्राम पे पोस्ट कर दिया था, तो एक क्वेश्चन उसमें आया था. सो एक ईसी वाले या फिर मैकेनिकल वाले या मींस नॉन सीएसआईटी स्टूडेंट से एक क्वेश्चन जरूर पूछा जाता है, अगर वो गलती से वहां पे पहुंच भी जाता है सीएसआईटी वाले इंटरव्यू में, तो वहां पे उससे क्वेश्चन किया जाता है कि आपने ईसी के कोर जॉब्स में क्यों अप्लाई नहीं करा, मतलब व्हाई आर यू अपीयरिंग फॉर सीएसआईटी इंटरव्यूज, राइट? तो इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे डील करना है?
So I personally didn't get such questions because I had not applied for too many interviews, right? So I had not gone through this particular question. But even though you got such questions, what I can say means personally, when I was in the first and second year of my college, I was not much aware of the what are different IT jobs or the core jobs are there. I don't know much differences about them, and I was thinking I will definitely get a core job, and I used to prepare. I used to participate in multiple events like the circuit designing or embedded and all those stuffs I used to do in parallel to enhancing my software engineering skills. But when I reached to third year, right, so I came to know like there are lots of job opportunities in the IT field as compared to core. And even if companies are the core companies are visiting your campus or you are applying for those, uh, there are very much chances like you will get software jobs only, right, at last. So that's why I thought there's a more chances of getting jobs, as well as there is a more growth in the IT field. So it is very difficult to balance all these things together. So I thought to quit that, right, the core thing. So yeah, so I will say there's more opportunities and there are high chances of growth in IT industry these days, right?
राइट, बट आई थिंक इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर देते वक्त ना ये चीज नहीं होनी चाहिए कि स्टूडेंट मतलब कैंडिडेट डिस्टर्ब्ड थोड़ा, मतलब उसको ये तो नहीं लग रहा कि यार मैं बस बैठ रहा हूँ सॉफ्टवेयर वाली, मतलब ही शुड बी ना प्रॉपरली ऑलरेडी,
Yeah.
ही शुड हैव ऑलरेडी इन हिज और हर माइंड दैट यार मेरे को तो सॉफ्टवेयर में ही जाना था. इट शुड बी लाइक
हाँ,
दैट.
तो जब जब ये वीडियो देखोगे, सो ही विल बी मींस जो ये वीडियो देखेगा, ही विल बी नोइंग लाइक he need to go in the IT industry, right? So
एग्जैक्टली.
as I was also not clear in the first and second year, so that's what I am telling about all my stories, right? So after third year, I was very focused toward IT. So because I know like I have not to further participate in any core events or something like that, right? So I just quit.
मींस इट शुडंट बी लाइक कि सर ईसी की कंपनीज नहीं आ रही कॉलेज में, इस
Yeah.
वजह से मैं सीएस में बैठने आ गया हूँ.
हाँ, I think you have a lot of opportunities, right? It's not, you think they are limited. Might be it is limited in your college, but there are lots of opportunities outside, right? If you are good, means firstly you need to focus on improving your skills, right? Not on a job, right? You are searching for jobs, you're applying a number of jobs, and you're thinking like you will get one at last, right? And you will go for that. Don't do that, right? You need to first improve your skills, right? You need to improve your problem solving skills, and these fundamentals, means the IT fundamentals. And then after, there are lots of opportunities outside. You can look for that, and you will definitely get one which will best suit for your means goal, or what you say your dream company, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Shashank, my next question is that is there any scope of EC plus CS or ME plus CS, means integrated branch, concept of integrated branch? Because I think nowadays it's very common. People who are from
Yeah.
mechanical are working in CS. People who are from EC are working in CS and EC both. Means also the technologies which are are being invented nowadays are like integrated concept. So is there any scope of
Hmm.
integrated branches?
Yes, yes. So integrated branches means there are lots of opportunities, right? There. For example, there are companies like Samsung, Qualcomm is there, then Mentor Graphics. So these are electronics companies, right? So
Yeah.
Mentor Graphics, Cadence. So companies like these are already there, which are looking for suitable candidates, and they are hiring for the development of some applications in their company, and that they are looking also for the core fundamentals, right? Because they are actually developing applications for some hardware, or for example circuit simulator, something like that. So they, you need to be a lot good at core as well. So you can just go for these kind of companies, and you can look for the job opportunities there. So there are, I think, handful of companies like that as well, if we just leave all the IT companies, so which are looking just for the IT skill sets. So there are lots of companies for the core as well. So you will go for those core plus CS, right?
Yeah. So, Shashank, one of the question that I was having is that if someone is not good at DS and Algo, right, then is there any scope for these big companies उस कैंडिडेट के लिए, लेट से वो इसी
Uh,
ब्रांच से या मैकेनिकल से ही है, उसने डीएस एंड को ज्यादा नहीं किया है, ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा नहीं है
big
वो,
big companies matlab like
प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनीज,
Amazon.
या प्रोडक्ट
Okay,
बेस्ड.
product based. So that is fine even if you get a core companies, right? So I will say, agar you're not very good at data success and algorithm, you should practice at least basics. So your basics should be strong. So that will be, I think, you can make it strong by practicing more and more problems, and definitely you will have a good knowledge of basics. And then after, you can apply for, I think, companies. I talked already for the companies which are looking for candidates in core for the software engineering purposes. So they don't definitely look for a very good coder. Means
Yeah.
I will not say good, but they don't want advanced knowledge of these things like graph and all. You can implement those things after reaching to companies as well, right? After reading and yeah. So based on the project which you get, right? So you can apply for those, but the basics is required. If you think like you will get a job without reading anything, right, in IT, the software engineering, you it is not like that, right? So you need to means have a strong basics, right? Then only you will get
Yeah.
those
And I
jobs.
think, Shashank, what I want to say is that मैं कुछ ऐड करना चाहूंगा इसमें. So, for
Okay.
example, ये तो हमने बात करी कि उन core companies की जो कि IT के लिए hire करती है, like Cadence हुआ, Cisco हुआ, तो
हाँ.
they do not, require much knowledge of, means advanced knowledge of competitive programming or DS and algo, right? ठीक है, उनका काम वहां से हो जाएगा, ठीक है. बट एक चीज और भी, आई थिंक, which I want to add, that if let's say we are not good at DS and Algo, and जैसे कि एक कंपनी है Gojek, right? So Gojek is hiring for developers मतलब जिन्होंने अंधा का रखा है डेवलपमेंट, एक अलग लेवल पे डेवलपमेंट का रखा है, तो
हाँ
आई थिंक दे पीपल आर नॉट लुकिंग फॉर द कैंडिडेट हु इज हु इज मास्टर एट कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग और डीएसएल को. हाँ, he should have a little knowledge of DSL Go, but his development skills, must be very skilled,
yes.
right? So एक ये
So
भी I think option है.
for these things, like yeah, for these things, if you are looking completely a job in IT industry and you are not good in data structures and algorithms, right? You can enhance your development skills. For example, you can learn front end designing, or for example, uh, the blockchain and machine learning. So these days, companies are looking a lot of data scientists or a front end engineer, right? So you can go for that. But even though for those jobs as well, as I said, you will not require advanced data structure algorithm, but at least the
Yeah,
basics, right? So
थोड़ा तो
basics
आना ही
will be
पड़ेगा.
required.
Exactly.
हाँ.
Great. So one of the question that I was having is that किसी CS के स्टूडेंट ने पूछा था that how to excel in competitive programming and machine learning. So he doesn't know about, let's say, development. We are assuming that he doesn't know about developing web apps and all. He doesn't know about Android apps and all. He is doing only competitive programming. Now he wants to learn machine learning as well. So how to excel in both of these? Any resources or courses that you suggest or anything?
Okay. So I think the person is very beginner. So both in competitive programming and machine learning. So I will just go from the initial, right? So first of all, I will talk about competitive programming, right? तो कॉम्पिटिटिव प्रोग्रामिंग के लिए क्या कर सकते हो, जैसे कि अगर बिल्कुल बिगनर हो, लाइक राइट, सो you can take any one book, right? Any one book, even your college curriculum book or any book from internet you can search for and try to read the fundamentals. Pick one language. I will say prefer C++ for competitive programming, right? Make good hands on the C++. And then after, I will suggest you one book. So that book is its name is only The Competitive Programming, and it is being written by Stephen and Felix Hallen. One thing which I saw different in this book with others is like this particular book focused mainly on competitive programming. So all the algorithms and data structures are manipulated in such a way it would be easier to write code in competitive environment, because you can't write a bulky, means a big code there in the competitive environment, because if something goes wrong, there you will be not able to debug it properly. So I can say, for example, there is a graph algorithm there which is Floyd-Warshall. So it has given a three-liner Floyd-Warshall code, and it told about like how to uh, model any particular problem using this particular Floyd-Warshall, so that if you have constant of, for example, 500 vertices, you can solve any such problems with Floyd-Warshall very easily. Similarly, it has many other algorithms and data structures. So that book I used to generally follow. I used to revise it multiple times. And then after, what I will say, you make a good habit of reading articles on Geeks on Geeks, and used to do competitive programming on a regular basis. Like for example, the Top Coder or Codeforce or Codesef, you can do. You can participate regularly on challenges like Divi or DibB. And if you are very beginner, you can search some problems from Spoj. So you can try Spoj as well if you are just beginning, right? So you can find out problems from there and you can practice it on a regular basis. And the last thing which I will say, there is introduction to algorithm for CLRS, which is Corman, right? Written by Corman. And that particular book, I will not say to read all 1,000 pages because that is difficult. So I will say keep it with you on your desk somewhere, so that you can just read through some topics specifically for some specific purpose. or if you have some doubts, right? So these all are for the competitive programming, right? So now I will talk about the machine learning. For machine learning, first of all, I will just suggest you few courses. First is the Andrew Ng course, which is available on Coursera as well as on YouTube. So you will find a YouTube video series. Secondly, I will say there are two courses. One is machine learning A to Z and deep learning A to Z. Those both are available on Udemy. You can go for those as well. And I generally means when I was learning, I generally don't used to prefer a particular book, but nowadays I used to read book as well. But for you, I will say don't go for books. Make a good habit of reading articles on analytics vidya and some on Medium. So try to search, to Google search for some particular topics and read it on Medium, or go just browse through Analytics articles and read it. And also for practicing challenges, I will say use Kaggle platform. So you can use Kaggle platform, even it provide you GPU access with some limitations for each week, and you can get some challenges there. You can practice that and enhance your machine learning skills. uh, Even if you are doing some machine means a deep learning test, because generally deep learning programs require GPU or TPU. So Google provide a platform named Google Colab, which is very similar to Jupyter Notebook. So it is a cloud application very similar to Jupyter Notebook. So this particular platform provide infinite uses of GPU or TPU. So if you are a researcher or a college graduate, you can use these tools for your learning purpose, right? So these all will work good. Okay.
या सो शशांक, अब एक इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन मैं ऐड कर रहा हूँ इसमें, क्योंकि कुछ कुछ स्टूडेंट्स ने मेरे से पूछा था, ये पहले पूछा था, राइट? ठीक है यार, ये
Okay.
सब तो हमने बात कर ली उन स्टूडेंट्स के साथ जो कि अभी फर्स्ट ईयर या फिर सेकंड ईयर या फिर थर्ड ईयर में लेट से है, ठीक है, ये आए हैं थर्ड ईयर
Okay.
में, क्योंकि उनके पास अभी काफी टाइम है, बुक्स बुक्स पढ़ने का उनके पास टाइम है, राइट? लेट्स से एक ऐसा स्टूडेंट जो कि फाइनल ईयर में आया है, अभी प्लेस तो हो गए है, लेकिन ऐसी कंपनीज में प्लेस्ड हुए है जो कि सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनीज है, बट उनका वो ड्रीम नहीं है, राइट? मतलब
Okay.
यू कैन थिंक ऑफ लाइक दैट कि काम चलाओ कंपनी में भी हमारा हो गया है, ठीक है। अब
Okay.
अब एक सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी में तो हम चले गए, लेट्स से, बिकॉज अभी कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है और जॉब हमें लेना पड़ेगा, राइट? क्योंकि ऐसे तो खाली नहीं बैठ सकते। तो अब एक ऐसे सिचुएशन में उस ड्रीम कंपनी तक पहुंचने के लिए क्या रोड मैप होना चाहिए,
Okay.
मतलब हाउ टू डील, बिकॉज कंपनी का भी काम होगा, एंड आई थिंक ये सर्विस कंपनीज ना खून खून चूस लेती है ऐसा नहीं है, राइट?
हाँ
तो अगर वो पे कर रही है तो वो खून चूस लेगी, बट
हाँ,
कैसे टाइम निकालना
थोड़ा
चाहिए?
थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट तो हो गई, बिकॉज तुम्हारे पास ऑफिस वर्क भी होगा, बट यू नीड टू get some extra times, right? So if you're working in a service-based company, for example, right? So if you, for example, your time shift is from 11 to 8, right? And so you must have to work little harder, and you need to take out little time. For example, in the morning you can take out 2 or 3 hours, and at night 1 to 2 hours. And you should prepare, for example, you should regularly do competitive programming. So programming is required, right? So you need to, if you are thinking for a product based companies and for good companies, you need to be having good hold over competitive programming. So you need to regularly practice those. For example, you will get Saturdays, Sundays, right? So generally it used to be holidays. So on weekends you can invest more time on improving these skills. Okay. And then after if your for example basics are not that much strong, so you need to like utilize other times. For example, you can just read through Geeks for Geeks, right? So Geeks for Geeks. So if you have already covered most of the things in your college, you can read through Geeks for Geeks to have the interview experiences for different companies. And like interview bit is there, right? You can go there. And for practicing interview specific problems, you can use like Lead Code platform is there, right? You can go on that and practice problems there, right? So like that, but you have to take out 1 or 2 hours on a daily basis, and Saturday, Sunday you need to utilize for enhancing your skills. For example, on Saturday, Sunday you can learn something new, right? And then other days you can apply those uh, on solving some challenges the rest of the week, right?
ग्रेट. सो
Okay.
सो आई थिंक इन क्वेश्चन से काफ़ी हेल्प होने वाली है नॉन सी एस आई टी स्टूडेंट्स की. तो हमने ज़्यादातर इसको ओरिएंट रखा था उन्हीं लोगों के लिए जो कि नॉन सी एस आई टी स्टूडेंट से है. तो अभी भी यार अगर ऐसा कुछ क्वेश्चन है जो कि तुम्हें लगता है कि इस वीडियो में नहीं कवर हो पाया है, ठीक है, तो आप कमेंट्स में लीव कर सकते हो, ठीक है. शशांक और या फिर मैं उस क्वेश्चन को फुलफिल कर देंगे तुम लोग के लिए, ठीक है. बाकी आई थिंक वी हेल्प यू इन दिस. तो प्रिपेयर करो हार्ड से, ठीक है. और अगर मतलब कुछ ऐसा सीन तुम्हारे साथ भी बन रहा है कि आप फाइनल ईयर में हो और सर्विस बेस्ड कंपनी में प्लेस्ड हो गए हो बट निकालनी प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड थी, तो यार उस कंपनी के ओरिएंट होकर के तैयारी करो. गीक्स फॉर गीक्स पे जाओ, आर्टिकल रीड करो, वहां से देखो उस कंपनी की रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है, तुम्हारे रिज्यूमे वो चीज क्यों नहीं है
uh,
तो उसको फुलफिल करो, राइट. यस.
use Geek for Geeks especially for going through the interviews
इंटरव्यू
experience, right? So
एक्सपीरियंसेस, या.
you will get the interview experience for that specific company, so you can utilize that for that purpose. Even if you have already read through some the concepts in your college, you can revise it quickly through Geeks for Geeks. For example, if you have interview in next couple of days, you can quickly revise some particular concept, few concepts, for example object oriented programming, right,
या.
from Geeks for Geeks, like that. So yeah, that would be quite easy. And then after, on a regular basis, you must try like Lead Code, such
लीड कोड,
platform,
या.
because that is very specific to the interview
कोडिंग
questions, right?
इंटरव्यूज, या.
So yeah.
एंड आई थिंक इंटरव्यू बिट भी एक बार ना तरीके से कर लेना चाहिए, ठीक है.
हाँ,
तो
right.
हाँ, और अगर देखो अगर ऐसा है आप लोग के साथ कि इंटरव्यू बिट के लिए आप मतलब इंटरव्यू बिट के क्वेश्चन सोल्व करते वक्त आपसे लग ही नहीं रहे हैं, इट मीन्स यार आपका डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड एल्गोरिथम्स परफेक्टली क्लियर नहीं है. तो वो सबसे मस्ट है, आई थिंक वो तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है.
So मैंने already बताया कि there is one book, Competitive Programming, right? That is written by Steven and Felix, right? So उसमें वो बिल्कुल competitive programming involvement के लिए ही है. So और वो बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें कुछ नहीं है, बहुत मतलब बहुत थोड़े पेजेस है, like अदर जैसे तुम Introduction to Algorithm पढ़ोगे, so government that is very that contains a lot of pages, right? So it is it is having the 1,000 pages, right? So you can't read that, right? Even if you will read, and you will forget everything in a week or two, right? So competitive programming, that is a good book. So if you are just reading, you just go through it.
Anything that you want to add, Shashank? Would you like to
uh,
tell
uh,
about your work experience with the Fidelity or anything?
uh, so I can't just share the project's exact project, but I can tell like what I especially used to do in my company, right? So I used to work in cybersecurity analytics team. So we used to prepare, means develop some in-house tools. So I basically work on machine learning based tools. So for example, you have to you have to make application for the enterprise, which is related to your the mails which you are getting, or for example access related, you want to monitor users, you want to find out outliers, who are the outliers in the enterprise. you uh, you want to I used to work on job roles as well, like the job the see how the particular job role is working, how we can merge two job roles, like that. So we have some simulators like that. And then after we used to have tools for feedback analysis, right? So we have NLP based tools we used to create for feedback analysis. And then we used to work on big data as well, like something related to, for example, fraud detection we do, right? So we used to work on Spark cluster, Hadoop, like that. And we used to train our model over a week, and we used to utilize that for these purposes, right? So these are my experience.
So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Shashank, for having an interview with me and helping students.
And again,
So
again, thank you, Akash, for inviting me to your channel. Yeah, I will be waiting for this video. I
yeah,
think it
sure.
will come very soon. Okay.
So bye bye guys. Bye bye. Bye bye Shashank.
Bye.